Hey there, Shannon Gonta here with Therapy by Shannon. Today we are going to focus on what we need to really hone in on during the spring transition. So, of course, along with the brighter days and the fresh flowers and all the new upcoming outdoor activities that come with during the spring transition, we also want to keep in mind our health and our body. So, I've got some reminders for you to keep in the forefront of your mind during this transition. So, number one, you want to be gentle with yourself. So if you've been less active this winter season and fully embraced your hibernation period, go you. Your body really appreciates that and the resting time that you provided it. But now it's time to get back out there and smell the flowers. So though it is time to come out of hibernation, remember to take it slow and to listen to your body. It can sometimes be difficult to withhold yourself when you've been cooped up for so long, but just try to refrain from kind of jumping right into that marathon week one into spring. You need to get your body and your muscles used to the warmer weather, more movement and conditioning, and then you can kind of shoot for that marathon. Some other things that you're really going to want to keep an eye on during this early spring season is that you're going to really want to try to eat in the season. So that's our tip number 2. So there is like a deeper reason as to why certain foods are stocked on like the Kroger shelves at varying times of the year. And there are wise things to be said about eating in the season that you're in. So like foods currently growing have a direct connection to the needs of our bodies during that time. So for example, in the winter, we typically eat more and or see more on the Kroger shelves root vegetables and squashes, and those are all really high in vitamin D. And so that makes up for the lack of sun that we are receiving during that time period. And maybe in the spring we eat or walk by in Kroger a lot of leafy greens, fruits, raw vegetables, and those are all full of antioxidants and provide us with a sense of a cleanse and tons of energy for the higher levels of physical activity that spring brings along. So if you are typically one of the ones who walks by the seasonal foods in Kroger, maybe switch it up and try a bell pepper or a leafy green salad for lunch during this spring season and see how your body responds to that. So number 3, we really want to make sure we're keeping a tab on our drinking habits. So obviously drinking should be a thing that we do all 4 seasons of the year, all day, pretty much every day. An importance to drinking more kind of during the seasonal transitions through is that our body can adjust more easily and quickly to the heat and the activity when you stay hydrated. So this should go without saying that I'm not talking about drinking more coffee or beer or soda. I am talking about drinking more water. So if you are someone who drinks a lot of caffeine or alcohol, that's kind of even more reason to make sure we're hydrating with water as well, of course, after your beverage of choice. And so that kind of leads us into the 4th one of kind of bearing the pain. So we know that spring, especially here in Louisville, brings allergies. So we all know them, we all hate them. To try to get ahead of that pollen and mold that spring brings, wash your hands and your clothing after being outside and keep an eye out for like the pollen count that's listed. It's kind of suggested to stay indoors and keep your windows shut when levels are super high, and also to use a dehumidifier in areas that often get moist. Also, changes in the air pressure, temperature, and humidity levels often lead to heightened pain levels for those with joint and nerve pain. So certain foods and supplements may assist in making the pain more bearable, but it is definitely suggested that you contact your physician in a further consult for that. And then finally, tip number 5, we really need to be checking in with our mood during transitional times. So though SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is commonly connected to fall and winter, it can definitely show up in spring and summer and often does, and it goes unnoticed because you should be happy that it's sunny outside, or you should just go for a walk in the warmer weather and you'll feel better. But some things to kind of be on the lookout for is like high levels of anxiety, sleeplessness, exhaustion, agitation, changes in your energy levels, feelings of worthlessness, and deep sadness, and maybe even a lack of appetite during this time. Unfortunately, the sunnier days and the ability to go for a walk outdoors aren't always going to lessen these symptoms. So if you do notice these symptoms, please reach out to a mental health or a medical professional for assistance. And so you can kind of get back on track and keep your goals moving for this spring. Okay, guys, well, that's all I got for you today. So if you want to learn more about me or my services, you can check me out on www.therapybyshannon.com, or I'm also on Instagram and on Facebook, and my tag name is @therapybyshannon. So have a good day. Bye.